It was the week after Michaelmas, and we had just come off this wonderful retreat where we celebrated the angels. And I was driving home, and it was at sunset, and we had one of those glorious sunsets that we have occasionally, where the whole sky just looked like it was painted. And I was listening to my Christian music that I like on the radio and singing along, and I just was in this state of bliss, really. And I felt so joyful. And so as I was driving, if you're familiar where the Double Peak Park is on the way out here, I thought, oh, if I went up there, I'd be able to see in all directions this beautiful sunset. So I turned off, and I was driving along singing, and all of a sudden, I hit something on the side of the road, and I felt my tire just go flat. And I thought, you know how you can have simultaneous thoughts. My first thought was, why did this happen? I was just in this wonderful state of bliss, and what's happening? And then I thought, I don't want to be stuck in the park because it closes at dusk, so I better not park up here while I wait for somebody to come and help me with my tire. So you couldn't really stop or pull or turn around there, so I kept going up the hill. And of course, people were trying to get my attention to tell me my tire was flat, but I just kind of kept going and didn't get to enjoy the sunset, unfortunately, up there. But then I came back down, and as soon as I got out of the park, I pulled over to this little parking lot that was there and got out my phone, and I was going to call Damon or Randy or AAA or somebody to come help me. But before I could do anything, this car pulled up next to me, and there was a young man and woman in the car, and he gets out and he said, "Can I help you with your tire?" And I kind of looked at him, I said, "Oh, no, that's okay, I'm going to call somebody." He said, "No, really, I'm a mechanic at the Mercedes dealer. I change tires all the time. It's no big deal." And I thought, well, that's strange, that would happen. So, he wanted to get my spare out, so he proceeded to work, and the whole time he's talking, and just really a friendly young man. And in the course of our exchange, it came out that he was originally from Lebanon, and that he and his mother used to go back and visit relatives every year until the pandemic came, and then it didn't sound like he had been back since then. And so then I proceeded to share that I'd gone to Israel with a group of people and how much I loved the culture there and the food. And, we were having this wonderful exchange. And he quickly got the tire done, wouldn't take any money. He just was grateful to help me. And as I was driving home from there, I thought, well, couple of things. One was, maybe because I didn't let it rattle me, I didn't get upset at myself for hitting something. I just kind of stayed in that centered state and blissfully going along. And maybe that's why I was able to get help so quick. And that if I had lost my cool and gotten all upset, maybe I would have had to wait for someone to come and help me. And then when I was just thinking, there's so many wonderful people out in the world that we don't even know, and that it's so wonderful to have these opportunities to connect with people. And so I was actually grateful that the experience happened, even though I had to go buy a new tire. Well, the next morning, as it happened, I turned on the news before going to church, and I heard that Israel had declared war on Hamas, and began to hear all the things that had happened there. And I thought, I'm sure this young man probably hadn't heard it when as I did not hear it the day before either. But it just seems like, gosh, if we could just connect on a personal level with people, and it's when politics and everything gets so complicated in the world, but I was glad at least to have had that experience here.